where we got Annefreaky versus Slow Peak Killers. And we'll start getting into the ban phase here. I'll flip the coin with Siri, and who's calling?
Heads.
Alright. Flip a coin. It is heads. Would you like to defend first, attack first, or ban the last map?
Defend first.
Alright, switch sides. And with you guys switching, Sean and Hunter, we are going to have you guys ban the first map.
Emerald.
Emerald, alright. Yogurt lag, ban a map.
Is it the same map pool?
No. There's Bank Border, Chalet, Coastline, Night Haven,
Alright, it's game
Skyscraper.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. What was banned?
Emerald.
I'm thinking ban Night Haven.
Alright.
Riper.
Alright. That leaves Bank, Border, Chalet, and Coastline for Yogurt and lag.
Oh, fuck.
I'm gonna say bank.
Bank. I could go with bank. Get rid of bank. Get that out of here.
Alright, and then do you guys want to ban Border, Chalet, or Coastline? SMG and Dizzy?
Chalet.
Alright, and then Yogurt and lag, do you want to play on Border or Coastline?
How funny would it be if we banned border?
I say we do it.
Alright, ban border. We're
Alright,
playing on coastline!
Alright. Yep. Everyone go to your respected areas, and we'll get this game started. Alright. We have not had our friend Bulldozer or Vader join back yet. But we can start getting this game rolling, probably.
Alrighty.
Let's start going through our predictions. We'll start with you, Vader, since how you're chilling there, you know?
Oh yeah, we're big chilling. I'm gonna be taking Annefreaky, and I'm gonna take him 7-4.
Alright. And then 10 pen?
I'm gonna go Slow Peak Killers. I like Dizzy's performance last week. I'm gonna go 7-5.
I am gonna also take Slow Peak Killers here, and I'm gonna take it probably. I'm gonna take 8-6.
Overtime.
Yeah, OT. Getting a little OT action here.
I'm gonna expand on my prediction. I'm gonna say lag over 500. Early pick for league MVP.
I feel like there's definitely an argument there already being made. The versatility of his teammate, though, will kind of boost that down a lot, but I feel like if he keeps playing the way he did, he can definitely stay up there.
That's true.
I also think Dizzy is going to be a good front runner as well, too, after his Game 1 performance.
I can see that.
I mean, he went 10-3 last week, and you could argue they played a better team.
Yeah. I do love this matchup here. This could be the two championship teams right here.
That's the funny thing about it. They both won dominantly. Annefreaky won 7-2, won 6 straight to close out their game on Oregon. And Slow Peak Killers won with a final score of 7-3 versus the Big Baddies, and won 4 straight to close out their game on Clubhouse. And this is one of those early season matchups where we're going to see who comes out on top, and we'll be like, this makes so much sense 4 weeks from now.
Yeah, it definitely. They play each other twice this season, so that's going to be interesting. Could we see a split? One team wins once and the other team wins the other game?
It's entirely possible. I mean, it leaves the season's quite. I don't want to say it's long, but it's definitely not short. And, you know, there's a lot of room for improvement if you really put your head down if your team's not in the spot you want it to be in.
Let me correct myself there. They do only play once. I'm sorry. That was a bad call. That's my bad.
Bad comms.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the Kali and Amaru pairing, two
Attackers
very
need to
different
locate and
concepts
defuse
by
bombs.
operator.
Yeah.
I
Could
do like the
switch
Legion
off
and
with
Castle. It is a good Castle cancel for the Cali, but the Cali's probably going to be playing Ruins, I would assume.
Yeah, I meant more so the Amaru, but I guess
Yeah.
Kali could
By
just open the
attackers.
castle.
There
for
could
free.
be a very interesting push here. The Maru's in pool table and the Cali covers, possibly. But I don't know if that would really work if they're both playing site here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think SMG
10
helps
seconds
say.
to insertion.
What was that?
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, I got muted. I don't think SMG or Dizzy on their, I believe it was Villa match, either of them really roamed outside at all on their defense rounds, so.
Yeah, they definitely
Surprised.
played more site heavy.
Yes.
I think Dizzy is more the aggressive type. We get it down out
Ooh,
of the
hello.
Cali. The Amaru's gonna be pushing the window at. Oh no, he does not go through the window. My bad. I thought he was gonna get a little aggressive there. This should be an easy res by the teammate, unless he repels on the window. Yogurt gets the finish. Gets a couple tags on the Dizzy.
Big picks there.
They're playing a nice ceiling game here.
Destroying a lot of utility. Swings straight
The
in, not
potato
expecting
by
him to be
Dizzy,
there.
but
No
gets the
idea
kill
where he
on
was.
lag.
Lag blindly ran in, not checking the corner at all. Now it's gonna come down to Raccoon for this attack.
He does not know he's behind in VIP though. This could be an easy kill by Yogurt. He might now. Calls could have been made. SMG is not getting on that cam right now. He's not really helping his team right now. He got droned.
That'll give away the position from Amaru too.
Hits the Legion as expected. Swings. Neither get a kill. Yogurt's
So
just gonna
close to a
push
headshot.
through the Legion.
He's just eating the Legion, yeah.
And he gets the
Bang.
kill.
Choice.
Wow.
Bold play there.
Yeah, really bold play. None of them picked any of those operators. Of course, it's only 1 week into the season, and it's very map dependent. But no, Amaru was picked, but the Cali play there was bold. Works out on this map specifically, but you know, love to see when Cali comes out to play, because usually that there's a purpose to that pick.
We could definitely see him switch here now that they're going theater and penthouse instead of billiards, but maybe the Cali's just the play for lag right now.
Yeah. Adding on, I don't think outside of Dirty Chewbacca we've really seen anyone run Cali
Defend
over
and
probably
protect your
what
bombs from being
5-10%.
defused by attackers.
Yeah, we got Chewbacca playing a lot of Cali. He loves Cali. We got a Goyo and a Castle, pretty good combo. Lot of just stalling time.
Bomb located by attackers.
Seems like lag might not be switching. He might be committed to
10
the
seconds
Cali.
remaining.
Yeah, I imagine if
5
they,
seconds
oh, nope,
left.
he's choosing Blackbeard. Alright, switching off the Black Stagger.
Attackers' objective is to defuse the bomb.
Let's see how slow peak killers decide to deal with the Blackbeard. Definitely if played
Dizzy's
right could be great.
using some new defenders here as well. Goyo not been picked yet this season for him. Micro has picked Castle 25% of the time.
Lag pushing into the building quickly. So is Buck through Cool Vibes. Heading up there right now.
Swapping mags.
And on defense, Slow Peak Killers are still setting up. Now they have sort of what they're looking for. Still reinforcing a little bit though, Castle.
We have been seeing Yogurt play a lot of aggressive attackers. We've seen him use Amaru and Buck a lot throughout the week, Or last im, sorry. Go is definitely gonna kill some time here.
Only true issue with the Goyo pick here is they have not been wasting time getting to the objective.
Yeah, they
So,
definitely
though
push
that does
fast
kill a good amount of time, it doesn't kill useful, valuable time.
Yogurt
from
gets
right
the
here.
kill
Yogurt.
onto Dizzy,
Ooh.
but Castle
He's
gets
gonna
the
have to
kill. Trying to get a wall bang.
I'd probably throw a drone here and attempt to...
Castle's gonna run low on ammo, 5 bullets left.
Gets the melee and the shotgun!
Wow.
SMG!
That is
Yeah,
not an
wow.
engagement you see
Tickled
the
him.
defender win often against Blackbeard.
Yeah, no. I was gonna say, if I was a Blackbeard, I probably would have thrown a drone, had my dead teammate watch it, and try and plant. Or get the Legion in an... or Castle, sorry.
Micro
In
was
an
kind
exposed
of
position.
a great gun for that position. All he
Yeah.
needs is a shotgun and a good melee, or even just him to peek.
Yeah, barely had time to pull that super shorty out, did it?
Yeah.
As soon as he went for the melee. Really well played.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We've seen both of these team dynamics change since the last game as of right now. Both the bottom fraggers from last game are being top frags.
Bomb located by attackers.
That's just how versatile these two teams are. Both players can get the frags in when they need, and both players have good game sense.
Loading mag! 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Gonna be seeing a castle on that window now. They still have the Cali, so the Cali can just easily shoot that off. Not very useful, really. It does waste a Cali, though. Which I don't know if there's really much to Cali here. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm always gonna be playing the roof again.
You always gotta be careful about doing the same idea or general strategy twice. Because though it worked the first time, people learned.
They are doing the same type of push. The Cali didn't really peek as long this time. Will get peeked at from door. Could rotate the window. Gonna be trying to push in. Dizzy gets Yogurt. Lag left to himself. Gonna try and get the plant.
Callie was
Gets
smoked.
off.
It's a tough ask.
Gonna have to play a little slow, probably. Try and get more intel. Or we
Got a
could see
good
him
amount of
just...
time left. Minute 40.
Would probably be loud and
Big window? Yeah. Could be going to patio, maybe.
Looks like he's gonna go first.
Might be trying to bait a run out here.
Onto the roof. Dizzy's aware of this.
Yeah, Dizzy saw that drone and Lag didn't see Dizzy.
Playing very well right now.
He does drop Aqua Belt, so it's not that bad.
That'll leave away a lot of noise. Breaking the barricade.
He's gonna get away in time.
Dizzy's rotating.
He misses the sniper bullet, but gets the second one. Dizzy versus
First
Lag.
big kill.
Going for the plant. Behind
That's
bomb.
bold. I don't know if that's gonna
Might
work.
have time for it. Looks like
He might-
he's off the plant.
Oh my god! Oh my
Black
god!
with the quick pick.
Whew.
What a shot.
That scared me.
Shades of Chris Kyle there.
Yeah, that's amazing.
What a good kill.
What a shot! You gotta put the odds there, under like a 25% success rate in that situation for any other player in the league.
I will say
that's not a lot of.
Slow Peak
You
definitely.
don't win that very often.
Yeah. Slow Peak definitely got a little aggressive there. A lot of swings that just were a little aggressive in a 1-on-2 where you're defending, so you have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the majority, they played time pretty well, but towards the end, they both peaked the same angle. I would have hoped the dog would rotate, maybe luggage.
That was exactly what I was gonna say. 2v1, you know where he is. You probably want to send a guy on a flank instead of just having a guy, square up your butt, doing effectively the same job or nothing.
Yeah, and then Castle re-swung after already missing the kill. Kind of left the Cali with the easy shot and kill.
You only catch him by surprise once. You can't really peek the same angle and get that same surprise effect. You either gotta hit your shots or do something different.
Yeah.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Royal gonna be holding main lobby. Gonna see the Blackbeard come out again. Gonna try and nade the castle, didn't work. They're gonna be peeking from different sides of the map, leaving the Blackbeard by himself.
Iona clone coming in.
No one's in sight though. Blackbeard has sight all to himself. He does not have diffuser though. The Blackbeard.
He's gonna get, he's cornered here. Nothing he can do.
Need to reload.
Dizzy decides not to attempt to refrag. Might be able to get Blackbeard. No.
Really
oh my god.
This could be a really good
Dizzy.
position. Good trigger discipline.
Gets the pre-fire from seeing the shield and he kills him.
Oh,
that shield just overstepped a little too much for the Blackbeard and he was just able to get the pre-fire.
That might be my favorite clutch of the Spam Invitational so far. He hears both players sprinting to sight, doesn't give away his position, and waits to shoot him until he knows he's got a confidence to win.
What a good play by Dizzy there.
That's just gun skill and using your brain, intellect. We love those good ideas, and I think that's what makes the clutch just that much better than what we've seen. A lot of times it's a little bit of luck and a lot of gun skill. That wasn't even like gun skill reliant. It was just intelligence, discipline, integrity, doing what you're supposed to do. It's very simple, but it's very sweet.
And the Vector ACOG is not an easy gun to control.
That's very true. Very true.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Really hoping they learn from the last few times to not peek the Cali window again. It was a little scary for Castle last round. He didn't die to it, but he was put in a bad corner.
10 seconds left.
Gonna bring a sledge instead of the Buck and Amaru that he has been playing recently.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Got some nice castles going down, kind of what he's been doing. Gonna have visual under sight this time though.
I wonder if the sledge over here.
There's probably another castle destroyed, probably. Could just be for something completely different though.
Could they be trying to plant, then break the floor and play from under?
Yeah.
Like the vigil here, trying to play below.
Looking for a run out, yeah. Get the classic double punch barricade.
Okay, he's going upstairs.
They're gonna try and just
Go down.
plant.
He's gonna go down. He can pinpoint where the sound is coming from. He'll probably have a really good vert play. He's gonna instead rotate up the stairs.
Castle runs in and gets the kill!
Oh my goodness.
What a
That's it!
Oh my goodness!
Micro just ran in, no care, through the smoke and got the defuse and then flicked to the sledge outside.
Last round Dizzy, this round SMG. Wow, back-to-back amazing plays from the defenders. Each one taking a turn.
I can't believe what I just saw there. That is some crazy stuff.
That first smoke blocked all view Raccoon had to be able to kill SMG. And then SMG just pushed through. Yogurt couldn't see a thing.
Defenders, protect your bombs.
Sometimes you just gotta be aggressive, I guess. Worked out
Fortune
there
favors
very
the bold.
well.
And, oh, I was gonna say, that smokes. They're deciding to switch from Cali to Glass. I wonder why.
Got a different sniper look there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
10 seconds to insertion.
It's a big swing round here.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe saw the Mira and decided that Habana would be a better counter than Glass.
Attackers must locate.
Yeah, Mira's a
and
very
defuse the
common
bomb.
pick by Dizzy. So 50% of the time, in his first match, he picked Mira, and looking to stay the course here. The only one round actually of the 5, so that percentage is going to go down. But the other picks, Cavier and Mozzie, hasn't gone either of them, I don't think.
Yeah, we haven't seen either of his last game picks. Maybe it's just map.
Scheme fit's most important.
Yeah. Mira has a lot of spots on almost every map, I'd say.
Calibrating air compression.
That is very true.
Set. Taking Gemini for speed.
Same with Castle. SMGs has been loving Castle. They're gonna have a Yana clone swinging in the Hibana. Some good map clearing.
The real question is the Ayana herself going to get picked if she carelessly just runs through?
Yeah, they
Because
have no intel on
Micro's in a good spot here.
They're gonna be getting the Mira off with the Hibanas. And then running away, it seems. Could try and reinforce that wall next to it, but that'd be very risky in his eyes, even though no one's around.
Is Castle aware of the Habana breach to his right?
I think he
Yeah,
is, but it's
actually-
not in his eyesight, or eyesight, so it doesn't matter that much.
Gotta
Gets
Oh,
the
what a
headshot on
pick.
lag, but then Dizzy C4s
Oh, what the-
himself.
the own C4.
Oh no!
I believe it hit the metal and just didn't go through.
That's
so
embarrassing
unfortunate.
right there.
Raccoon wasn't even anywhere in the area.
I did not fully see what happened there, but that had to be something.
Man, it's one thing to make a forced mistake, an unforced mistake like that is just unacceptable.
Yo, we're gonna be most likely pushing VIP. He could rotate around.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
He would have to make a lot of noise for that, though.
One more Ayana drone, another physical drone, got a drone,
Gonna
90
peek
hull,
the
can't
wrong
flank.
way at the wrong time.
Good kill.
Yogurt gets
Just
the
out.
kill on SMG.
You know, it's what you see a lot out of Siege players. If you wait long enough, eventually they'll stop looking where you already are.
I believe this is only the second game of the Invitational where... Or, sorry. I said that wrong. There's only been one game where, in the Spam Invitational, I believe, where it didn't split in the first 6 rounds.
After week 1, yeah, I believe that might be right.
I believe Buds versus Annefreaky are the only game that didn't split. Which is kind of crazy how even the teams are at the first half of the game. This could go lopsided after this, because that's what we've seen in the past.
Being defused by attackers.
Yeah, season 1 we've seen defenders. Whoever defends first, no matter which team it is, typically getting the early advantage. For it to be split all but one game so far is wild to me.
Definitely seems like we're getting more into the 2v2 system to where there's more strats on
Attackers
attack
have located a
than
bomb.
there used to be.
Yeah. And that game that wasn't split was attacker advantage, the Annefreaky over Buds after
Yeah.
the split.
which just seems to be a more, not really like player thing, but more of one
10
player's
seconds
having a
left
bad
before
day,
insertion.
and then that just throws the whole team off.
5 seconds to insertion.
Enjoy the view.
And Freaky trying to
Attacker's objective is
roll
to
off
defuse
of
the
that
bomb.
win here too. Same with Slow Peak. Both had a dominating performance in the first game. Like we said, one team won 7-2 and the other team won 7-3. Doc will be getting drowned out. Gets a tag on the SMG.
There was one defensive sided game.
Was that the 7-4?
It was Team Resurgence versus, I believe, what was it, Ninja Monkeys?
Yeah.
And, Villa, yeah.
Yeah.
SMG started calling, so it's gonna break open the barricade.
I'll give them a.
Never mind, now he's gonna call off.
They're putting a lot of pressure on the lag right now. Not very much pressure on Yogurt holding the other side.
That might be your bash pushing through luggage.
Yogurt now at his mirror. A good peek onto SMG here. Runs away from it though. Decides not. Gonna be having a good angle onto Dizzy now, but Dizzy just kind of trapped in a corner.
Yeah, Dizzy doesn't know where to go from here. Gonna rotate back to manager.
Might be able.
The dog breaking open the barricade.
Changing mags.
The call's gonna
Joe
go
could
out.
be in the
They
building now.
don't know where he is.
Blast area.
Does he know Doke is in the building?
He will now.
Doke's gonna swing. They both
Oh my
potato. One has a
Oh.
shotgun though.
All up to Dizzy now. We've seen him do this before. Few tags. Not gonna matter though.
Take cover and
Both of them kind of low. Doc should be able to get Raccoon a little more health here. Not a little, a
Yeah,
lot.
Doc's life way more important than Raccoon's right now.
He's gonna re-peek where he
15
was.
seconds remaining.
Good angle from Doc.
Could be
here.
able to get a good kill onto Doc, but he didn't push up
Ooh.
fast enough.
No good.
Too much hesitation there.
If Dizzy peeked and pushed up there instead of hesitating, he would have got an easy kill onto the Doc. He just hesitated too much. I like how Yogurt was not peeking anything there. He was just trying to play life, let his teammate hold both angles.
Yeah, be responsible. Yeah.
Sometimes discipline can be hard in that area from personal experience and watching other games.
Well, yeah, I think that was a big thing with SEAL Team X last season. Winless whole season, winless in tournament, and I think a lot of that was just discipline.
They definitely had some of the
Yeah.
gun skill that they needed, but just definitely
They could have stole a game with
Yeah.
with proper discipline. They could have taken advantage of sloppy mistakes, and they did take advantage of sloppy mistakes. They saw a sloppy mistake and made a sloppy mistake to counter theirs. It was a big issue with that team that year.
Blazing proximity alarm. Prone razor blue.
10 seconds remaining.
I like it.
5 seconds remaining.
Organizam.
Probably gonna look at the
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
fuse would be a good option to go along with it.
Explosive ordnance is ready.
Neither defender has decided to roam. Raccoon's going offset a little bit, heading up cool vibes.
Deploying drone.
This is another thing we see from low peak killers, probably more than any other team. The drone phase ended 40 seconds ago, both of them currently on a drone.
Mm-hmm.
They do that so well. Look out every single corner.
They're gonna see that only one person's in sight here. Will they be able to find the thorn though?
I think that's something that first season we didn't see a lot of people check on is sight. There were a lot of times where sight only had one guy or no one in it even 20 seconds into the round, and since no one went on a drone after drone phase, no one was able to realize that.
They did push Thorn into sight. They might be getting a fuse on top of that. Goya almost got a little in the crossfire. If he's able to get a good fuse charge down there, he could block Thorn off from sight. He can get that Goyo, but Thorn's going to be pushing upstairs.
Yogurt on a flank.
Yeah, Dizzy is thinking he's going to cross back to him. He's going to track him now, though, and be able to tell SMG that the flank is coming.
He's might be able to get through the floor.
I'm reloading.
It looks like he's going for it.
Yeah.
Nope, he sees that he's running away and doesn't really feel like pushing it right now. Goyo and Deimos are so close to a fight right now.
Oh, Dizzy saw Raccoon. Raccoon didn't see Dizzy.
They're gonna
Seems not-
fuse close to where Lag was on a drone.
Running almost low
Or
on
can.
time. at 44 seconds left. Engagement coming in kitchen.
Attackers bomb
He
diffuser.
overswung
Big
it.
down.
He saw the
Ooh.
thorn, but I don't think he saw him. It was right as he was dropping.
You saw him, I just don't think you saw him. Yeah,
You saw him
dropping
just-
down, he's looking straight down. Yeah, it's unfortunate. No, we didn't talk about the ban rates all too much. So while we're sitting here at a crossroads, Capcan got banned. That's at 25% of all games played through week 1. Pulse 25% through week 1.
I think we've seen
Ying
Annefreaky
isn't on
ban
there right
Pulse
now.
both times they've played.
Maybe they just don't like it.
You know, one thing that is interesting about that to me is the team that banned Capcan is the
Defenders,
team that
protect your
seems to
bombs from
drone
being
more than
defused
any
by
other. I would
attackers.
think that wouldn't be the biggest issue for them.
Well, it gets late game and sometimes you just need to go when you're droning. When you're droning so much, you don't have as much time late in the round. So if you don't catch one or two of those Capcan traps, or they've loaded it all on one door and you don't see it, well,
Attackers have located a bomb.
you're still screwed.
I think.
So it's the freedom to be able to run through a door and not think twice about it.
Yeah. I think we start hitting the panic button here if Annefreaky
10
wins
seconds left.
one more round
I'd agree.
unanswered.
5
Because if
seconds
they
left.
won 4 in a row, they just have the momentum, and to be able to steal that back is just going to be a
Attackers
lot
objective
more
is
work
to
than
defuse
what
the
you
bomb.
want.
They need to hit a 3 to stop the bleeding. To bring up basketball.
Great analogy there.
7-4 prediction for Invaders, not at the moment.
Definitely has a lot of potential here. The Velk is going to be kind of peeking main lobby, and I don't know if they know it.
Yeah, he unpeaked it for a sliver of a second. Could have had the kill if he had been using it.
They're going to be pushing opposite ways, I believe.
Incoming adrenaline boost.
The potato by
Ooh.
SMG just left Lag with the free kill.
Yeah,
Dizzy.
Dizzy's not in the building across the map right now. Granted, early in the round, but it's a quick death.
I believe he is trusting what he cleared right now.
Yeah. Lag didn't hear the Cali. I wouldn't be surprised if Castle did, but he's got nowhere to go off of it. Dizzy, rotate.
Lag would be on a good flank right now, and I don't know if he knows it. Oh, he's got diffusers that he's watching.
I believe Yogurt can also watch that through the hatch here. He can.
Yeah, if he goes for that diffuser without clearing minimum one of these two, he's gonna be in trouble.
That's castled off. Oh, prox alarm as well. That's not going to be good.
He's gonna get the ping out. The cam is still up at 90. They are on cams now. Lag is.
You've already been hit with the procs. You might as well make noise now.
I believe knowing that Lag was out of sight, I feel like he should be able to push sight here and try and clear out Yogurt. But I feel like he's kind of too worried about his backside right now.
All these games essentially got nothing to show where. I believe he wants to go for a nitro, you just can't find them. Cali
Gets the kill on the Yogurt! Now with 30 seconds, he has to get diffuser to get the kill.
That's a good amount of time, but he does need to act very soon.
He believes he's in sight though, which is a terrible way of thinking right now with the diffuser not near sight.
You gotta be thinking about the diffuser when you have such a long time. He's gonna hear that C4 and maybe get an idea.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he just...
Yeah, he's... Yeah, no.
5 seconds to go. Operators, you have
Unfortunate.
run out of time.
Got a good kill. Just assumed that he was... I mean, the way this team's been playing, you would expect a refrag almost instantly after the death. But, unfortunate. Just didn't have it there at the end.
Yeah, watching that Finka perspective of that gunfight, it could have went so differently. It's unfortunate.
I feel like the way slow peak killers play, I feel like we have Dizzy, who's more of the laid-back slow player, where SMG is a slow player too most of the time, but there are times where SMG will get aggressive, where Dizzy is... I've never really seen him get too aggressive on a peak. He does trust in his frag ability a lot, though, which I respect from him.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We're seeing Annefreaky do what kind of slow peak killers did at the beginning of this game, where they used castle and a trap up and then just kind of held down sight the whole time.
Yep. Yeah, I'll tell you what this game has done for me personally. It has restored a little bit more faith in Buds than I had after week 1.
Yeah.
Because they got hammered week 1.
10 seconds left.
Not saying that
5 seconds
Dizzy
to
and
go.
SMG are getting hammered right now, but it's getting out of hand. 7-3 final isn't exactly close.
They definitely have
As
the
a member of
potential
Buds,
to come back.
I agree with you. I'm feeling better about myself watching this game.
That's not like, you know, anyone's really performing bad over here, but the slow peak killers just, I don't know, not performing
A lot of
as
bullets
good
going out there.
right now. And I think a little of that is just general luck. But when you tie your defensive rounds, you set yourself up for failure.
Looking back at the stat sheet, though, Dizzy was only 3 and 3
Yogurt,
on attack.
Yogurt. Oh my
Yogurt got
goodness.
killed by SMG there. I was busy looking at the
Yogurt had
stat
the
sheet.
advantage.
Dizzy with the kill!
Enter the building. Just a great... Oh, what a kill. I hadn't seen it in real time.
I think that's a personal shot at me there for saying he cannot get aggressive. That is my bad. I apologize.
And we're one win away from Mr. Vader, Ryan Locke's parlay hitting
Oh, let me tell you, I
in
put
a
good stake on
7-4.
it, 3 units.
Now let me go back to that
7-4
stat
and
sheet
freaky win.
here. Where on defense, Lag is 3-0 in his first game. So that's
Yes.
like right there.
Bombs from taking
Never died on
attackers.
defense yet before this
Yep.
game. Whereas that's the same with Dizzy, but he was 7-0. But Dizzy on attack, he's only 3-3. He's even. There's not really much to show for that. Micro, who's 1-1 on defense, is 5-3 on attack. So he's positive on attack. We
This
should
is
be
like,
seeing him shine more
the
here.
Phantoms.
That's not something we see commonly from
Bomb
players
located
being
by
5
attackers.
and 3 or better on attack.
Where Yogurt, who's negative on defense, 1-2, is 5-2 on
10
attack.
seconds to insertion.
We definitely see these teams playing a little differently to what Game 1 has shown us.
Attackers are heading out to defeat.
Which
I
would
love
make
these.
sense considering this is a slightly different map.
Yeah, where Slow
One would
Pete...
argue
Sorry.
one of the more attacker-sided maps in the game as well, and
Yeah.
it hasn't really looked that way for one team.
Dizzy once again getting directly in the building, pushing up quickly, already at towards 90.
I think this
One
team
defending
does
strike.
stay setting up sight a little long for the liking.
He could push into the barbed wire and he wouldn't get hurt. It looks like that's what he's going to try to do.
Yogurt on another flank, it looks like, might
But
be able to catch Dizzy off
Thorn
guard here.
lets him know.
Going up stealth stairs right now.
Fink has got to get a little
Oh.
active here with them knowing where Ash is.
Dizzy
Ash
might
is
end up
backing
flanking the flanker.
Yeah, he's going to
Oh
he's
my
sprinting.
god!
There's
No,
way
he's
this is
sprinting. No, it's
fair.
Ash. It's Ash. We're looking the wrong
Yogurt
way.
gets the kill.
Good flank, Yogurt.
SMG look at here to clutch this round.
Peeking the wrong
And the
way.
kill by
Gone.
lag.
That'll be it.
A good showing by both teams here. One more than other, obviously. We've definitely seen Annefreaky dominate their games right
Yeah.
now. Gonna take a
You know-
decent bit of work to try and put them down.
7-4 is not a bad loss, but when you have 7-4 as your loss and you gave up 4 straight at one point,
Yeah.
it feels a lot worse than what the scoreboard says.
Yeah. Let's try and get down in that game chat and get our interview.
I'm not saying GG.
My aim was dog shit.
All right, Lag. We need that post game interview again.
Okay, ask away.
Tenpan, you want to start this off if you're in here?
I have no questions at this time.
How you guys feeling after splitting in the first 6 rounds and then just only losing 1 after that?
I'm drunk. I have no idea what happened all game.
That's fair. I respect that. Are you feeling good after that win though? You're 2-0 on the season now.
Yeah, yes, easy dubs.
And then, are you feeling good that you've top fragged your teammate both games, but your teammate has done pretty good both games? Like you have a fallback?
I would not be here. I would not be here without my teammate, even on a bad day.
That's fair. That's fair. And more on the side of your teammate again. Are you guys getting like good comms in there, or do you feel like there could be better comms here and there?
There are no comms.
There are no comms. There's zero communication, just synergy.
That's fair. That's fair. And then, Tenpen, you want to ask a couple questions here?
Yeah, Lag, I have to ask, are you currently worried about the league drug testing you after saying that you played inebriated?
Absolutely not.
Alright, and then my second question is, you played week 1, played maybe a team that's not exactly one of the top teams, or looking to be one of the top teams this year. This one a little bit closer, was supposed to be just a little bit more of a test, considering they beat their team 7-3. Had a big 4-win
Maybe
streak.
this team's 7-4, not too far off.
Yeah, not too far off. Do you think that means more? Well, obviously it means more than last week, but do you think that's going to mean more in a few weeks from now? Do you think Slow Peak Killers is a quality team? Is this a quality win in your heart?
The amount of droning that they did was kind of insane. That the Ash, like, just droned and immediately just, like, fucking pre-fired me through a wall. Holy fuck. That little play right there caught me off guard. And then I took that same knowledge into the next round, and I reinforced that wall and said, fuck you.
That's fair.
That's fair. I don't want to get too ahead of things, but looking forward into the playoffs, you guys are undefeated right now. Probably beat what will be another playoff team. That has to feel good in some sort of respect. Of course, we don't know where Slow Peak Killers will end up, but beating another playoff team has got to be.
We'll end up last.
You think so?
I'm not sure about that one. I mean, Ryan's team's pretty down there.
Just straight up graph talk here. All right, we'll end it off there. I hope you all enjoyed this matchup. We'll definitely be seeing these teams later. Definitely, probably gonna both be tournament teams. I don't think either of them are gonna like fall too hard to be 7 or 8 seed, but we'll see. And I'll see you on the next one.